Welcome back to Nostalgianomics. My name's Alex. Today we're going to talk about how to sell your Pokemon items on eBay. I'm going to take you through the whole step-by-step process of exactly what it takes and what it costs, and then you can make the decision if eBay is the right place for you to sell. If anyone out there is finding the channel for the first time, consider subscribing, consider leaving a like, and leaving me a comment and let me know what you think. Other than that, let's jump into it. So, the first thing you need to know is the fees. Of course, there's fees. The reason you're paying fees on eBay is because they have the largest buying pool, okay? They have more buyers than PWCC, Golden, Heritage, all those different auction houses, all right? The most Pokemon buyers are gonna be on eBay. It's gonna sell more than any card shop does, any LGS website, any online seller website. eBay is gonna be where the most sales come from. TCG Player also has a lot of sales, but it does not compare to eBay. So, that is the reason you pay fees. And as of now, you are going to pay a 12.9% fee for selling non-sports trading cards. It just is what it is. It's about 13%. That's what it costs to get access to that buyer pool, to get access to all the ease of selling on eBay. You do get shipping discounts when you go to ship. And so, it is what it is. If you want to sell somewhere else, you want to take more risk, you want to maybe take more time, it's a little harder to find buyers, maybe you find people through Facebook groups or Facebook Marketplace, or maybe you have your own store or Instagram. All those things can work. Today we're going to focus on eBay. You can make your own decisions on that. So you have a 12.9% fee, and then also you will be paying shipping costs. So let's get into it first. How are you going to sell on eBay? This is my account, just their homepage. What you're going to do, you're going to go to My eBay. You're going to click Selling. All right. And then you're going to go to Sell. And you're going to go to create a single listing. All right, so for this demonstration, I used a Brilliant Stars ETB. That's the one I packed up. I'll be showing you shortly here. So we're going to type in, and it's a title. So your title, you want to have keywords that are going to match your item, that are going to draw buyers to the item. So what you're going to do, you're going to want to have Pokemon in the title. So Pokemon Brilliant Stars Elite Trainer Box, okay? You're gonna want to spell out the entire word, and then you're also gonna want to put ETB. That way you get both searches. So if someone's searching for Brilliant Stars ETB or Brilliant Stars Elite Trainer Box, you're gonna capture both of those search results, okay? If people just do one or the other, you're gonna miss out on half the search results out there, depending on who searches for an item which way. And so I like to put Pokemon Brilliant Stars Elite Trainer Box ETB. Then you can also throw on there things like authentic, factory, sealed. People like to see that. So you're going to search. It'll probably bring up items, so you can click on one of those listings. I like to continue without a match. That way I can put everything in myself. It's not open box or used. It's going to be a new factory sealed item, so I'm going to click that. And then you're going to get into all this good stuff, okay? So the photos. When you add the photos, for photos, I like to use a white background. Some people like to use a colored background or a black background to kind of show more of the imperfections. I like to use white because that's what most online sites like to see. Those are the listings they push the most, so I like to use white. There's a whole back and forth on which is better, but that's what I use. And so what we're going to do now is I am going to jump down to my downstairs where I have my photo set up, and I'm going to show you exactly how to take photos of your cards or your items. Let's jump into that.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, I use a white background. I'll leave the link to the white backdrop. Right now, I'm using a cloth backdrop. I'm actually going to be going back to the paper backdrop, which I'll leave a link to as well. The paper, it does get scuffed up. It does get, crinkled over time. But it is, kind of a strong construction paper, and it does have that bright white effect, whereas the cloth does get the lint. It does have some problems over time, even though it is a kind of one-time cost and it does last. I still like the background better with the bright white paper. But and then as far as the lighting I have, I'll leave the light kit in the description below too. It's just 2 studio lights. I turn all the other lights off in the room and just turn the studio lights on, so you don't get any glares, any shadows, anything like that. So when you go take the pictures, I'm going to show the PSA card, then I'm going to show the box. So you're going to want to show as close as possible of the whole card. I show the front, and then I also show the back. And That's usually enough for a PSA card because, again, they're buying the grade. They can see the condition well, especially after you crop out all of the white background and you just see the card. If it is a raw card and you really want to show more, you can definitely kind of bend it at an angle so people can see the hollow pattern both ways. You can also, show it on a dark background, like a black background, if you really want to show any of the whiting. This being a PSA 10, you're not going to have a lot of those problems, so you won't need to do that. And then as far as the box goes, so this is really important. A lot of the big sellers, they're going to sell quantity on their listing. So they're going to have, 10 plus, 12 plus available, and they're going to have a stock photo or just one photo. And a lot of collectors will not want to buy from that. So what I like to do, I like to show actual pictures of the item on all my listings. And what I like to do is I show a picture of the front, I show a picture of the back, and then I show every side of the item. So I'll take every single angle of the item, a picture, and then I'll even take pictures of the corners sometimes. If you really want to show and go in depth, you can show each corner of the item, and that way the collector will know that, exact item they're getting. What that does, it saves you from any problems on the back end. So it saves you from returns. It saves you from negative feedback. If people get one as a stock photo and it has a little dent or a little tear in the plastic or anything like that, those are the things that are going to, knock you down from that 100% positive feedback. You're going to have to deal with returns, which cost you money, cost you time. Then you're going to have to relist, reship out the item, and maybe cut into a lot of your profit. And so you really want to be full, transparent, upfront, and honest with your listings. Even if you do have problems with the item, you may have to take that 5 or 10% hit if it does have that ding or does have that tear. But it's always better to do it upfront and show the entire item upfront, because you will save yourself from some unhappy customers. So I hope that gave you a good idea of how to take pictures of PSA cards and sealed items.
All right, now that you have your photos, what you're going to want to do now is really dive into that title. So Pokemon Brilliant Stars Elite Trainer Box ETB Authentic Factory Sealed. What I like to do also, I'm sure you noticed, I like to capitalize the first letter of each word. It just makes it stand out more. It's that visual appearance thing. There's different things into why that works, why it doesn't. So I just wanted to throw that out there. If I do have text left at the end, you're allowed 80 characters. I do like to fill that up if I can. So what I'll do if I'm 70 out of 80 at this point, I'll throw in something like, fast ship and something like that. That way people, or you can put in free shipping. That's probably better. So free. So maybe make that all capitalized. That way, it really stands out to people. They know it's free shipping. So free ship. So that way you have a full title, you used every character, you kind of hit all of the words, you hit the Pokemon, you got Brilliant Stars, you hit the Elite Trainer Box and the ETB, you have the Authentic and Factory Sealed in there, and free shipping. So it's a really good title. That's what I would suggest doing with most of your titles, is make sure you're hitting all of the keywords that you need to. So then you're going to go down to item category, CCG sealed boxes. That's collectible card game sealed boxes. That's a category you want to be in. You're going to go down more. It's going to have the game. You can go ahead and click on the game and make sure you get Pokemon in there. Pokemon TCG. All right. All the additional stuff, if you want to take time going into all the additional things, you can. I usually don't mess with all that. eBay does a pretty good job of placing the items in the right categories where they need to go, so I don't waste a lot of time on that. Condition is going to be new factory sealed, and then your description. So I have like a description that I use in all of my videos, but you can make your own. Basically, in your description, you just want to let people know exactly what they're getting. Let them know, this is exactly the box you're getting. Let them know that it's going to be the exact box shown in the pictures. I mentioned it with taking the pictures, is a lot of people will either have a stock photo or just one photo, and they'll sell multiple quantity with it. You can do that. It can work. I found that especially with collectors, they like to see the actual photos of the box they're getting. They like to see every angle of it, because they, same with the card, because they want to know exactly what they're getting. They don't want to take a chance of getting it with maybe a bend or a rip or a ding in it. And so I like to mention all that in the description. And then I like to also mention in the description, like, hey, check out my store. I'm willing to work deals for multiple items at once, because obviously it saves you on shipping. It saves you, sending it to multiple people. So I always like to say that. And then I also promote, obviously, my YouTube channel in my description. So you can do any of that stuff in your description. Just make sure it's detailed. Make sure the buyer knows exactly what they're getting and any type of offer you have available. Down to the pricing. So this is where, a lot of people can defer. I'm more of a fixed price lister. If I have things that I just want to move, I want to free up the cash quickly, I will throw them at auction and kind of, give it to the will of eBay. whatever buyers are around that time. I will say if you are using auction, try to make it at times when the most buyers are going to see it. So I like to use nights, so anywhere between 7 to 11 at night. Make sure it's not on holidays. Make sure it's not, kind of in the middle of the day or middle of the day on a weekend. That's when a lot of people are going to be either working or doing other things. Their eyes aren't going to be on eBay. And so you do want to kind of play that game when you are using auction. But for me, I just like to use fixed price. What I'll do, I'll usually, search around and see, what the lowest prices are, kind of price it competitively. I always leave it open to best offer because, it's you never know what kind of offer you're going to get. You don't know if that buyer, again, is going to want multiple items that you have and send you multiple offers where it would make sense to give them a better deal because it saves you on shipping. You're able to, unload a lot of inventory on one person. And so that's why I leave offers open. It just leaves that line of communication open. And again, if someone offers you a lowball offer, you can just delete the offer. You can just say, hey, no, I'm not taking it. You can also, if you allow offers, you can make a minimum offer accepted. So if, say, I want to list this box at $40 and I want to say nothing lower than, $32, then that means anyone who offers lower than $32, the offer just will automatically get declined by eBay. So you won't even have to see it. And so you can always do that if you're worried about getting a lot of lowball offers and you don't want to deal with responding to them. The delivery, again, I always use free shipping. Using free shipping or no free shipping, it's really all just built into the price as it is. And so, if someone's selling an item at $100 and another person has the item at, $90 plus $9.99 shipping, basically it's the same thing. eBay likes to push free shipping more. It also allows your feedback to be higher because if it's not free shipping, they'll actually ask the buyer to rate you on your shipping. And if they give you a bad rating because your shipping was high, it just hurts your overall score. So I like to always give free shipping. eBay pushes those items more. It doesn't hurt you on your feedback. And again, you can just build the shipping into the cost of the item. It's all relative. It's all market price. And so I do use free shipping. As far as shipping goes, when you go into the shipping services, after the item sells, when you go into your label, always check every shipping service, okay? So, put the weight in and the dimensions of the box and check USPS, check FedEx, check UPS because there will always be differences. Sometimes it's a high difference. I mean, sometimes USPS will charge you $25 to ship a box where FedEx ground will charge you $15 and UPS ground will charge you $12. And so the reason for that is eBay gets discounts through the services depending on the weights and the dimensions of the boxes. And so sometimes USPS will give you a better price. Sometimes UPS or FedEx will give you better prices. It always pays to check each one. So make sure you're taking the time to check each one of those services and get the best possible option. Also, make sure you are using eBay because shipping on eBay is going to be so much cheaper than just taking that box up to UPS, FedEx, or USPS and saying, hey, I need to ship this. Here's the address. Give me a label. You're going to pay a lot more doing it that way. So always use the UPS addresses. If you don't have a label printer, no problem. I still don't. I'm still in the dark ages. I don't sell enough to really need it. So I still print it out on computer paper, cut it out, and tape it on the box. It's no big deal. So if you're worried about that, it's not that big of a deal. If you don't have a printer, it may be worth it to at least get a printer. Maybe go get that label printer because it's not that big of a deal. And then as far as promoting your listing, so if you want to give deals, first of all, if you want to give deals on if you buy multiple items, you can always add volume pricing. Again, I don't do that. I make separate listings because I like people to see the actual item they're getting. I don't like to just use a stock photo or one photo and say I have 10 available because then the person, if it's a collector, they won't know what their item's going to look like. And it really opens you up to possible returns, possible, angry customers, bad reviews, and I don't like to open myself up to that. So I like to be full, honest, and transparent up front. Show them the exact item, even if it does have rips, tears, dings, or bends. You might take a 5-10% decrease on the price, but at least the customer knows exactly what they're getting. As far as promoting listings, eBay, you can promote your listings. So basically, you can pay eBay whatever a percent of the sale, and they'll actually put your listing up near the top of the search results. They'll even put it at the very top from time to time, and then you don't pay any fees unless that item sells. Then eBay takes that percentage off of your final value. And so, it can be worth it if you're trying to get items seen, faster, get them sold faster. I don't use it all the time. It depends on the item, so that's always a factor you can use. And that's pretty much everything. You can put different payment methods. any type of returns, if you offer returns or not, any of that stuff. And also if you want to donate to charity, you can do that as well. But that's basically all you would do for your listing. I am going to show you exactly how I weigh out the boxes and pack them. So let's jump down and do that right now.
So how to package your items. I'm going to use a Brilliant Stars ETB. You can do this with a booster box, a collection box, whatever it may be. I'm going to use an ETB for this demonstration. But what I like to do with an ETB is I like to use large bubble wrap. It helps protect it better. It fills up the box more, so I like to use that. What you'll do is I'll wrap it completely with the large bubble wrap. And then I'll just use some regular old tape. And I'll be able to tape it together with that. I'll also do the same thing on the sides, because the last thing you want happening is over time with the shipping, getting thrown all around by UPS and FedEx, things coming loose, and then you get damage on your box, and the buyer wants to return it. So I like to make sure everything is taped together before. And so everything's taped together. It's 100% covered on all sides, okay? It's not gonna get damaged. So then I'll take my box. I use 8x8x8 boxes for ETBs. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the box. Really tight and snug. There is still some room left though. And so I am gonna use some extra large bubble wrap to kind of pack it in on the top. Then all I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and shut the box. We are going to use just clear tape to tape it. I'll get one piece of tape on top just to hold it. And then I'll do a whole nother piece of tape all the way around the box. That way you get that 100% seal on both ends. It's not coming open. So that is going to be how I pack the ETBs, and then we will get into putting the shipping labels on. And next I want to do how to pack a PSA card. So with my PSA cards, you can use 2 pieces of cardboard if you want. That works too. What I usually use is just 1 piece of small bubble wrap. I'll go ahead and put the PSA card in there. I'll wrap it up with the bubble wrap, and then I'll fold it over and just get one of my small pieces of tape, which now my tape came all undone and I can't get to it. So for the demonstration, we're just gonna say this is taped. So you would just tape it right there. Go ahead, put it in the bubble mailer, seal the bubble mailer, and then you're good to go. I also like to put a couple pieces of tape, maybe a piece of tape right along the edge of this, so that way the sticky stuff doesn't come undone and come open. So just kind of tape this entire flap down, and that way it does, it is fully secured for shipping. But that's all I usually do with PSA cards. If it's a really high value card and you don't want to take the chance of doing this, you can always just use a small USPS flat rate box. It's not that much more expensive. You get insurance built in with it, and it's a lot, safer doing it in a box. I haven't had any problems doing it this way. All of my sales I send out, I get positive feedback on. They get it. It's all in good shape. So if you are uncomfortable doing it that way, feel free to use a box and just pay a little extra in shipping. But this is how I do it for a PSA card. This is how I do it for ETBs and booster boxes. And so hope this helps when you're selling on eBay. All right, so next thing you're gonna have to do is ship the item. So I have this scale. It's an Accutech scale. I'll leave a link to it in the description. It's not very expensive. All you're gonna do is put your item on the scale, see what it weighs. This one comes to 2 pounds exactly. So what you're gonna do is just put in 2 pounds into the eBay shipping, and it'll bring up a bunch of rates. What you're gonna wanna do is always look at all the rates. So don't just take the rate it gives you with, usually USPS. Make sure you check what it would be the cheapest way on UPS or FedEx ground, because there's a lot of the times they'll actually be cheaper than what USPS is. Sometimes they won't, but it always pays to take the best deal eBay gives you. And also make sure you are using eBay shipping, because you do get a significant amount of discounts on all 3 shipping services that if you just went to the stores yourself, you're going to end up overpaying. I mean, it's quite a bit. So make sure you're always doing that. Me, I'm still in the dark ages. So if you have a label printer, that's going to be, the best thing. You're just going to be able to peel it off and stick it on there. I still cut out paper. Just for this demonstration, I cut out a piece of paper that's roughly the same size as a shipping label. I'm not actually selling this, so I just wanted to do it as a demonstration. But what you're going to do, what I do, is I put it right on the top of the box over the seam, and then I will actually cover the entire shipping label with tape to make sure it's completely, protected from the elements. So that way, if it's raining or something when they're transferring the package or delivering it, it's not going to get messed messed up. So what I do is I will just cover the entire label with tape. That quick. And then the last thing I'll do is I will put another round of tape around the entire edge to kind of hold down all those strips so that they don't come untaped. And that is how you package a box. Really quick, really easy. Again, even easier if you have a label to just stick on there. But yeah, it's not too much work to sell on eBay. It's pretty much all it takes. Let's jump back to the PC.
So the last thing I wanted to get into today is kind of the cost associated with the whole process. I'm gonna show you some links of the things I use. Again, these aren't necessarily needed right away. You can definitely start out without these things, but if you're wanting to get more of a professional setup, these are the lights I use. They're just photo studio lights. They cost about $50. You get the 2 lights, you get the light bulbs, the stands, everything with them, and it really does help take away all that glare, all the shadows, and get those bright pictures that you want. The background I used to use is this. It's a real thick white paper. You can see how it looks with the girl in the pictures. It makes it really bright, really white. I tried going to this background. It's a cloth background, but eventually you do get the wrinkles, you do get the lint buildup on it. So I am going to be going back to the white paper. I tried this because it was a one-time cost. I didn't have to keep reusing it, and it was cheaper. But I am going to be going back to this white paper, even though it's a little more expensive. You usually get around 10 or more uses out of it when you keep rolling it out. So even if it does get a wrinkle or, a tear, or just gets kind of scuffed up over time, you do have about 10 more uses you can roll it out and have a new background with. And so it isn't that as expensive as it seems. But again, these are all not needed right away if you don't want to use them. But you probably will need a scale if you are going to be shipping. I use this scale. It's $20. It's an Accu-Tech scale. I've had it for years. Never had any problems with it. It has pounds, has ounces. Goes to the point of an ounce. And so it's a good scale. I do recommend using it. It's what I use. But going into the actual shipping costs of, actually selling. So, 6x6x6 boxes are best used for booster boxes. You will have to go up to 8x8x8. You can actually get away with smaller than 8x8x8 boxes. Maybe like an 8x8x6 or something for an ETB. I just use perfect square 8x8x8s. But for the ETB, I showed the Brilliant Stars ETB. Basically, if you bought them in bulk, if you're just selling one, if you're just kind of like one here and one there seller, probably better off just going to, Walmart, buying in a box. But if you are selling often, you can go to sites like, these listings on eBay. They have 25, 50, 75, 100, 200 packs. But for a 25 pack, okay, for 8x8x8 boxes, it's $31.05. Okay, so let's get the calculator out. What you're going to be doing is you're going to do $31.05 divided by 25 boxes. So it's going to cost you about $1.24. So we'll round up, be fair. $1.25 to use the box for the ETB. And then you're going to go use that large bubble wrap I showed. And so it's $18.49 for 100 feet of it. And so we're going to do that. We're going to do 18.49 divided by 100. And so you get, obviously, 18 cents. We'll say 19 cents. So what are we at now? We're at $1.22 plus 19 cents. And so, was it $1.22? I'm kind of forgetting now. 19 cents, and then we were at, what are we at? 31.05. So let's do that again. 31.05 divided by 25. Yeah. Oh, so sorry, 125. So we got 1.25, and we're gonna add in the 19 cents of bubble wrap. And then obviously you're gonna need a little tape, maybe a shipping label or some paper and ink for the printer. So there's little negligible costs. We'll add the whole 6 cents in for all that stuff. So we'll say it's $1.50. All right, we'll say it's a full $1.50 to ship your item with the box, the packing material, the label, the printer ink, everything all combined, all costs all in. It's $1.50 extra on top of the eBay fees and the shipping costs for USPS, UPS, or FedEx. So. Like I said, the shipping materials aren't that crazy when you buy in bulk. This was an ETB. A booster box is going to be less. A PSA card even less than that. A PSA card is literally just you can get bubble mailers for under 40 cents a piece and then one piece of bubble wrap, so it costs you a few cents. So basically shipping a PSA card is going to cost you about 50 cents. And so, the shipping materials, they're not that big of a deal. Like I said, I will leave links to all of these things in the description if you want to pick any of this up. But, I just wanted to kind of show you everything that was involved with selling on eBay. Like I said, if you want to check Other listing sites like Facebook Marketplace, you want to sell on Facebook, you want to sell on Instagram, try to dodge the fees, do other things, you can do that. eBay is the largest. It's where the most sales are done, so I did like to show eBay. But yeah, you can kind of transfer these methods to any of those other sites. Transfer the method on the title. Make sure your titles are right. Make sure your photos are real, white background, clear photos. Make sure you are, accepting offers, because you are going to get, more offers. Maybe be able to work deals for multiple items with people. And make sure your descriptions are very descriptive. Make sure they, do describe exactly what you're listing, exactly what they're getting, maybe shipping time frames, anything like that in there. And yeah, I hope this helps your kind of selling on eBay. If you're new, or maybe if you have been selling but you haven't thought about a few of these things, hope that helped you out. And yeah, anyone new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think, like the video, maybe even dislike the video if you thought it was terrible. And hope you come back for more in the future. My name's Alex. This is Nostalgianomics. I'll be back here with a new video soon. I'm out.